So
5
let's hope
seconds
for Death
remaining.
Prophet ban. But, yeah.
Radiant team ban. Ten seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining. Dire team ban. Radiant team ban.
Bane, huh? That's where they're putting the blame. Hmm. I think Bane did do a lot, so that's fair. It's mostly the grips,
Dire
right?
team ban.
Yeah, I mean, Bane was pretty solid, definitely. Was able to crowd control Ursa a bunch of the time.
Yeah.
Radiant team pick.
Oh, wait a minute. I was
Oh,
hardware muted.
Welcome back.
Okay, that explains it. I was very worried for a second there. Yeah, welcome back. Learn Dota 2 League, Season 13, Week 3. We still got the Doctor of Dota, Randy.
Yes.
And we still got the Toast with the most, Buttery Greg.
Oh my god, they picked the Death
Yeah.
Prophet this time. I guess that's the way around it.
Alright, alright.
No surprises so far with the bans, I don't think. I would agree. I do think Bane actually probably had the most to do with
10
the
seconds remaining.
with the way that last game went, because, you know, the arenas, they were pretty
5
good.
seconds remaining.
But if you noticed, when you get the arena but you don't get a Super Fiend's grip, nothing happens. When you get the arena and Ursa gets in that grip, it's just instant death. Got the Mars. I don't know if Mars is going to work so well against the DP, to be honest with you. There are some things that cannot get into that arena. Ghosts are not included in
I
that
think
roster.
You have to play around it, definitely.
10 seconds remaining.
Now, if
You
DP,
can play around EXO. It's
yeah,
possible.
you can play around EXO, but you have to play around DP in general, because even if you are playing successfully around EXO, she can still throw silence into that arena. It's another thing that I believe goes over the wall.
Yeah, I think so.
I don't think the bats do, though. So there's I don't think that matters, and I don't think. No, I can't think of a reason you couldn't live train over the wall. I don't know. I don't know the going above. Oh, Jakiro, huh? You've definitely got a very strong combination to use in that arena at the very least.
Yep.
Throw macro into the arena, you got a lot of damage coming out really quickly. It's going to mean
10
that
seconds remaining.
EDNH is going to be the ones rushing the BKBs this game.
5 seconds remaining.
Downside is, of course, if you get BKBs, these two are
Radiant
completely
team
useless.
Enchantress.
Enchantress.
Ench.
That's interesting.
So Ench is an interesting pick because your pause one has to worry about that a lot. So like
Right.
whatever pause one you pick has to not be 100%
Dire
auto attack,
team ban.
or needs to be able to buy a silver edge, which isn't that small of a pool, but it definitely narrows the pool a little bit.
Right.
And is, you know, another source of healing for the DP as well.
A source of healing for the DP is a major lane bully as well. I think
Source of slowing as well, yeah.
sometimes maybe gets a little bit overlooked in that department, just how, you know, nasty Enchantress can be in lane. In the right lane, that is. There are some lanes where Enchantress is just going to have no impact and almost downright feed, but if you've got a good matchup for the Enchantress, and she's going to do you pretty well, and this is definitely a situation where you can easily flip-flop these supports. Like, you could easily have, assuming DP is support, which I assume she's going to be if you picked her first. Not necessarily the case, but, you know, could be doing that, right?
Could be anything.
Right. Let's say, hypothetically, they're supports. You could definitely flip-flop the supports around. You could have Enchantress go 4 or 5, you know, DP take the other role, or DP do whatever she's doing. Depending on what matchup suits Enchantress more, you could definitely get some bullying done no matter what.
Remaining.
EDNH taking a look at the PA there. I think the PA was giving them
5
grief last
seconds
game.
remaining.
Yeah, for sure.
Not a bad idea to ban out the PA when you picked an Enchantress, I will say that much.
Yeah, that is true. Then again, I don't think PA buys Silver Edge, though.
Well, she doesn't buy Silver Edge, but she doesn't need to. She can just throw a knife at
Yeah,
Enchantress, and
sure.
she could get Van and Eyes as well, which breaks.
But, yeah, that is certainly true.
Randy, you a fan of knives?
Yeah, I'm a fan.
How about you, Greg?
Absolutely. Absolutely. Love the shard. But I guess we won't be seeing PA, so no problem.
Yeah, that Fan of Knives is like one of the... I feel like it's like a surprisingly nasty trick from PA. So,
Dire
you know,
team ban.
maybe I'm just brainless, but I do feel like whenever I'm thinking PA, the first thing that's coming to mind is not usually, oh, PA is going to be breaking me every single fight, so I better not pick a passive or something, you know? It's true! It is the case. It's just, sometimes it's a bit hard for just to mentally calculate it, because it's just so far out of PA's traditional bag of tricks, I think. It's just
5 seconds
hard to
remaining.
associate it naturally. No, Medusa. Princess actually is kind of looking at like all the ones right now that people are just picking every game.
Dire team
And Snapfire for
Radiant
some reason.
team pick.
There's the reason why. They wanted the Phoenix.
Yeah.
Yep. Absolutely cannot let Snap in against Phoenix. It just doesn't work.
Alright, first Phoenix of the year, I believe.
Yep. We have
10
not seen a
seconds
Phoenix so
remaining.
far.
5 seconds remaining.
Definitely still a lot of things to do about the Phoenix in the pool, of course.
Yeah, of course, one of his greater enemies, the Tiny, is out of the pool, but Jug does complicate things.
Yeah, Jug is kind of a menace to you. Jug is one of those heroes where it's like, even if he fails to actually kill the sun, he can just kind of spin through it and not care.
10 seconds
Right.
You could
remaining.
definitely, funnily enough, I know a lot of people aren't a big fan of that shard, but like if Jug gets that shard, he just shreds the egg instantly. Takes nothing for it, no sweat. Jug's definitely going to be a good pick here. I really like that one, actually.
Yeah, I do like the Jug.
He pretty much obsoletes all three of these heroes on the field right now. Like, none of these guys have anything to do about him,
Dire
basically.
team pick.
Pick up
Yeah,
the
it's-
Ogre Fat Guy, just make that a little bit worse.
It's more on the Jug to screw up than it is on those three to play around it.
Ogre Magi with the Enchantress actually is going to be a really mean... I assume that's their support. It's going to be a really
Yeah.
mean support combo.
10 seconds remaining.
It's either a mid or a 3 less.
5
The,
seconds remaining.
The ability to overpower the Enchantress will basically give her the ability to just snipe the egg from like a mile away.
Hey, Razor. Razor is a problem for Jug. So there's that.
On one hand, Razor is a problem for Jug. On the other hand, I do think they actually do have a pretty good amount of answers to Razor in this lineup already. Like, if Razor gets Enchantress slowed, well, he's no longer a problem to Jug. If he has to go through the Exo, he can't be a problem to Jug. And there's one minimum person on this lineup that he's really just not going to be able to kill an Enchantress. No matter how much damage he
Dire
gets.
team ban.
His attack speed is beans, and it never gets that good.
Why ban technicals?
Why ban technicals? It's a great question. So is there doomed to fail this game? No. I don't think it's a situation where EDNH has
10
so much of a
seconds
counter
remaining.
pick that he's obsolete, but I do think there's definitely enough there that they,
5
if they
seconds
execute
remaining.
things right, or PMA executes things incorrectly, can definitely get rid of the Razor there.
Game is hard, yeah.
Radiant team ban.
No Magnus.
Magnus, huh?
That would have been really neat, actually.
Yeah.
Ten seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining.
The last picks are probably a 3 and probably a 2.
Yeah. So far, PMA has not really found themselves a very satisfying answer to DP. It's just funny. They're unless something really amazing for them comes out for this last pick, they're about to be in the situation that EDNH has been in so many times this season, where, you know, you've got this strong core Death Prophet and no real response to it on the board, which means no matter how things go, that's always going to be kind of there for them.
Radiant team pick.
No Kentar.
Yeah, they agree that a 3 is coming up.
It's going to be interesting.
Remaining.
I genuinely don't know what they're going to run with here.
5 seconds remaining.
A lot of interesting things. A lot of interesting things.
Chaos Knight.
You know what I'm thinking, and instantly it's come to my head, Necro. I think this is a really ball Necro game.
Always a good pick, yeah.
Only issue with Necro is the sun can really mess you up. They got so many
Necro's
answers.
banned. It's first ban
Necro's
on
banned?
PMA.
Oh, never mind then. Sniper.
They go for Sniper. So wait, Sniper's
DP3.
mid, DP3, alright.
I don't know if that matters that much. I think that's pretty much fine.
10 seconds remaining.
Definitely unexpected.
5 seconds
Yeah.
remaining.
Is
I was-
Sniper strong enough right now as a hero?
I was kind of half thinking Sniper, because Sniper is always a good response to Mars, and that, like, you know, with Sniper, what you basically are creating is a situation you're never, ever, well, I mean, unless Sniper is really positioning himself badly, you're never going to get all the VIPs in the arena. You're pretty much choosing, do I get rid of Sniper, or do I get rid of, like, Jug and DP? I mean, you're never going to get rid of Jug in an arena, so, I mean, you could scratch that one off anyway, but I like the Sniper here. I do think Sniper is fairly good in this situation. He shatters the egg in seconds and doesn't really care about Razor. You can just kind of get rid of Razor from a distance. So that's
He
just
cares
one more
if
thing.
Razor gets a drop on him, but
Yeah,
otherwise,
if Razor drops in, but the problem is if Razor drops in, Juggernaut just eats Razor.
see what they pick last.
Razor is not really tanky enough, at least if Jug's doing even modestly good. Razor's not really tanky enough to survive an Omni Slash that he's not draining the damage off of.
Gonna get that 1 second last pick again? Indeed.
So. Pangolier.
Choose your hero.
Pango, huh?
I like this pick a lot.
Yeah, Pango could definitely do some dirty work here, I think.
Yeah, it's very
There's
good.
Only one downside to that Pangolier. If Juggernaut hits Q, he does not care about Pangolier anymore.
That's true, but like the Jug Q only is up for a couple seconds. So if he gets caught somewhere bad after that Q, then like the spin is irrelevant.
Well, considering the lineup, like one thing that would definitely be a disastrous scenario for Pango here, especially apparently he's going mid. One thing that would be a disastrous scenario for the Pango, it's like he rolls up into the ball and he starts going out on Danny, and Danny spins, and Sniper starts shooting at the Pango from the back line, and then Pango dies.
Yeah, they just have to get a better entry into fights than what you described.
The big issue is it's like everything they've got is kind of a choice between. You know what? Actually, no. I just realized something. No, this is actually a really bad Pango pick, and I tell you why. Pango
Okay.
can't do anything in a fight where Exo's out. Like if we saw this with the co-op circles week 2. If you Pango ult in like any time Exo's happening, you just you've got one thing to do with it, which is just turn and roll the other way. Those ghosts will eat you. So you've got that, plus the fact that you're either engaging on Sniper or Jug, and either can kind of mess you up. I don't know. Now that does require some, what? What do you mean pausing? This game isn't even, like, happening yet! What?
I'm pausing, okay.
Actually, how?
You needed to buy cosmetics. It's gonna be pretty funny if you can't even equip them in the same game.
That would be funny.
Well, his last match of Sniper he did pretty good.
Yeah, looks like he's had a pretty good record there.
His last match as Razor did pretty good.
Well, something has to give.
Yep. I think, ultimately, in a vacuum, I like this PMA lineup more. Like, if we're looking at lineups in terms of how good they are as a lineup, this PMA lineup is really good. You got a really scary arena. Razor answers a lot of your ones. Pangolier just bouncing around there. It's got a lot on offer in a vacuum, but I feel like the Baladec lineup has a... If they execute this the right way, they've got a lot of answers. It's going to be very difficult for them to get much done. Like, they basically got 3 targets to choose from in a fight, and any target that they go after, they're kind of losing the other 2. And worse yet, there's a lot of situations where it's like, okay, so you jump on Jug and he hits Q and is now invincible, and then Sniper just eats you, or the Exo comes out and that just annihilates you. You jump on DP, you get her silenced, you get her put into an arena, and that's great. And then like the shrapnel comes down, and then here comes the Omni. You jump, you get everything on Sniper, and that's great. And then here comes the Exo, and the Ghost just tear everything up. And then you got Ogre Magi in there, you got the Enchantress in there. The Enchantress really, I think, has a very big chance in this game to be sort of what Ocelot would call an X-Factor pick. If Enchantress is played well here, I think she could definitely do a lot of good. Runes go 2 for 2. Minor skirmish at Bot River Room, but nothing really comes out of it aside from... burning off a quarter of Mars' health, which is going to regen up by the time he gets back in the lane. This Ogre DP lane is going to be so annoying to deal with. Especially for poor Razor. Like, Razor, maybe not one of the guys that wants to see this. Like, there's 2 people that don't care that much about their auto damage who...
Wait.
And now we wait. Glitch! Attack.
Oh my
god.
Blue Jay couldn't see his mouse cursor.
Just open your eyes, bro. It's right there. Just do what old people do and just like set it to be like a gigantic cursor. There you go.
That's me right there. Giant hero portraits, giant cursor. It's the only way to play Dota.
Bring out the magnifying glass.
Yeah.
Blue Jay is back, baby. Hopefully this time he's brought a stable connection to the game.
Oh. And a mouse cursor.
Let's look at some statues while this is happening. Warcarp's got a pretty good caption.
Nobody can see them because I'm streaming. Guess I'll take a look.
Oh, never mind. Not only two people that don't care about their right-click damage in the Radiant offlane, but also two people who are probably going to be able to outspeed Razor. Definitely, if they realize this, acknowledge it, and play around it, Razor's not going to have like a very easy time this lane. And in fact, between all this magic damage, a good chance he ends up going down pretty frequently, I feel like.
Right, DP, one of the better heroes at just running someone down early game.
Yep. River getting pretty low.
Yeah, it just gets chopped up by that jug.
I mentioned about there's some lanes that are Enchantress is a big time bully and some lanes where she doesn't do much. I feel like this is definitely going to be one of the big time bully type lanes for her. They really don't have the kind of damage that they need to just get rid of her. Which is really what you want against Enchantress. What you want to deal with Enchantress? You want nukes. Nukes are right up your alley.
DOTs aren't really gonna do anything, yeah. The Phoenix Spirits.
Dusty getting very low. Oh, Juggernaut spinning! Juggernaut spinning! Juggernaut killing. First blood for US Danny. And in a game where Juggernaut seems poised to do a lot, that's fairly major, I'd say.
Yeah.
So far at last hit parity with Razor here. Actually, even the same number of denies, funnily enough. Razor finally taking number one.
DP wave.
You can definitely tell Warcarp is looking to be the early game god this game. Queuing up all kinds of consumables, all kinds of early game stuff. Not a bad plan. There is one thing they are lacking. I do think they are going to be lacking a little bit in the early mid-game, so... You see Blue Jay down bot was like trying to bait a support trade. He was like standing in the trees, just basically asking for Phoenix to follow, and then once Phoenix started doing it, he just healed up. Just started taking the trade and just started beating up the bird. Jug spinning again. Dusty looking bad again. Down he goes.
Gotcha.
Oh, Danny.
Come on, sprites.
Yep. It's gonna be very hard to kill, but is ultimately going down. But Blue Jay gets the revenge.
I guess you're mortal then.
I think I'm happy with killing the jug there, but not too happy.
Yeah. Funnily enough, and having the kill on the Enchantress as well is actually going to make this lane a lot harder. You know, the more XP advantage she gets over you, the worse this lane is going to go. Really, I think in general, the longer this lane goes on, the worse it gets for the Dire off. Like, once Jug hits 6, it's gonna be pretty easy kills coming for them, and just not that much to do.
Right.
I like the link system going on at top.
Yeah.
Razor linking DP, who's linking to Jakiro. Carp is pretty low.
He's dead.
Pretty dead, actually. Getting towered over there.
Radiant's courier has been killed.
Oh, bot wave also. Pretty active.
Yeah. US Danny going, just fighting really hard. I think too hard.
Doesn't have spin.
Man needs to take a powder.
Phoenix. Pretty good.
Lucky level 4 timing.
Yeah. He's still not leaving, dude.
Healing ward.
Come on, sprites.
He's baiting
Healing
him?
ward. Oh, this
He
man.
is baiting him. Woo. Whoa, that was good.
Yeah, that was
was
a
good.
super bait right there.
That's why this man has the Arcana.
Phoenix trying to Sunray out there, but does not actually get the revenge kill. Once again, I think this is a scenario where both of the safe lanes are just kind of on top. So far, anyway.
Yep. They might kill Carp again. They will kill Carp again.
The downside is, though, and I think this is the important distinction, the Mars has gone down a few times. They have yet to be able to actually knock over the DP. She's barreling to 6. Baladec's actually shown top.
Yeah, he is.
But that last second stab is going to save Jakiro's life.
Okay, so Baladec's kind of wasted a bit of his own time,
Yep, got
unfortunately.
nothing accomplished there. He is 10 last hits ahead of the Pango, though, so I don't think he's sweating too much. Interestingly, he's actually down to 9s compared to Pango, but...
Yeah.
Now Pango actually is looking to come top.
Precious bounty.
Not the worst idea. Certainly need to get rid of
I just wanted the bounty.
no. Yeah. Princess just randomly wastes Q for no reason.
Tonight.
Sniper found a shovel. With which to bury you. Literally every time Raze uses Vision, he gets ignited. That's gotta be
Yeah.
such a pain.
Radiant's bottom tower is under
Jay,
attack.
causing some issues.
I was whiffing a spear there.
Sniper.
I don't know why Jug showed up to this. He definitely should have just stayed in that lane.
Baladec's
Yeah,
definitely
Sniper just-
taking a look.
Sniper just showing up. He's just standing right on top of a ward though,
He's
so
gone. Yeah.
he's gonna go back and just start shooting Heelys in the head. Shooting him a lot, actually. Just gonna shave off basically his entire health bar here. Heelys is going
guess
to
roll
roll
away.
away. Yep.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
I could look at you all day.
Well, at least we got a high five.
Yep. The spirits are high.
Are they?
Damn, this ogre's hoarding the mangoes.
Huh.
Radiant's courier has
Yeah,
been
it is
killed.
just keeping
Who's
that
courier
constant
down
ignite
again?
going. And also,
At
has
this
been staying mostly out of this lane to give DP the experience to get to level 6 as quickly as possible.
At this point, yeah, we saw that from Warcarp one of the prior weeks, and I mentioned in that specific game, it's just like that 6 probably wasn't worth doing this for. Exo certainly is. At this point, the Dire offlane has just completely fallen apart. Like, Juggernaut is pulling really dramatically ahead for last hits, and
Yeah.
Mars and Phoenix can't even kind of come close to this. And like I said, the longer it goes, the worse it gets. Like, they can't do anything to Jug after a certain point. And
I think
that
the
point
Ench
is
is
reached.
the genius part of this lane. I think without Ench, this isn't quite as good as it is.
Going on DP, going hard on DP here. And this
Okay,
has to happen at least once a series. Actually does actually run her down.
You multi-cam.
Kill happens a bot. I'm not really sure why DP doesn't pop Exo there. I think if she pops Exo, she probably is fine. I'll pops Exo before she's like half dead anyway.
Yeah.
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
Tango rolling on Baladec.
The defusal.
Great spot for the Pango to be.
Okay.
He doesn't have mana to swashbuckle.
Oh, that's really unfortunate.
Baladec taking a Fev here.
Got another diff. Oh, we got him.
Exit wound, but immediately dies afterwards. It's definitely good for Ely's. Baladec's going to have to watch his positioning, make sure he just isn't in a situation like that again, basically. Can only let something like that happen to you one time.
Yeah. Jakiro gonna soak up some of this XP.
Yep.
Radiant's courier has been killed.
Okay, EXO.
Blue Jays courier dies again.
Dire's
EXO
top
coming
tower
out,
is
everybody
under
trying to
attack.
TP top to get rid of it ASAP. Yeah, literally everybody
Radiant's middle
Beans.
tower is
Yeah.
under
is free.
attack.
Whole village.
Don't be mad.
Meanwhile, we have the arena on nothing down bot.
Yeah, unfortunate.
Jug is just moving to jungle.
Okay.
Be staying close, getting next.
Is under attack. Radiant's bottom tower is under
So
attack.
Carp's needed after this.
Yep.
Yeah, it's a bit rough with him being so far behind on experience. And it looks like the safe laners are not really helping out, so.
Dire's middle tower is
It
under
puts a
attack.
lot on Danny's shoulders to
Radiant's bottom tower
make the most
is
of the
under
farm he's
attack.
getting.
Right. Everybody TPing on mid now.
Radiant's bottom tower has fallen.
The princess' team is playing this right. Literally anytime anyone tries to push, they just get all hands on deck. They refuse to let even the smallest objectives go.
Fun lying around.
Might lose top. Maybe not.
Going all in on Enchantress down here.
Okay, Pango.
Always snipes the bird.
Bestie.
This is a good arena.
Yeah.
Baladec is definitely dead.
Yeah. Just a man up there.
Yep.
Radiant's middle tower.
At the very
is
least, they
under
didn't
attack.
walk away with nothing because Enchantress just sniped
Radiant
Phoenix
structures
behind the
are fortified.
line, but it's not a very worthwhile trade.
Right.
I like the super slow DP attack. Phoenix
Waited to
denying the
let us
first
up
T1.
turn. Yeah.
Nope, Phoenix actually gonna leave it at
Radiant's
10
middle
HP.
tower is under attack.
Okay.
Dire's
He's-
top
Oh, they want the value double glyph.
Yeah.
Yep.
Alright,
Dire's
pretty smart.
tower has been denied.
Take a look at the net worth chart here. Razor's mid game has gone to the point where he's actually top the net worth charts. It's not that close right now. Definitely good news for them. Like, if there's any path to victory for the Dire in this game, it's pretty much all on Razor. Like, if Razor doesn't super ball, Razor doesn't like. There's just no hope for this lineup basically. Healy's actually have to ball off again. This is
he had to
another
roll
defensive
away
ball
from the
for
sniper.
him.
Actually, if the javelin procced on the last sit there, he would have died.
Yep. Definitely already looking like we're not far from that's not even going to be working for him anymore. Like, we're not far from the era where Pango just dies anytime he's in front of Sniper. A Sniper's not addressed, basically.
Dire's middle tower has fallen.
Mid T1 going down on Dire. They actually do not get the glyph off there, I don't believe. The glyph that they so valiantly fought for. Enchantress making moves on the bot T1. Doing something
On
Enchantress would
Busty.
never do. Actually,
Dire's bottom tower is under attack.
Gonna deal with that.
Tower is still going to lose a pretty modest amount of HP for this. So is Dusty, actually.
This will come in handy.
Yeah, the EDNH rather annoying.
US Danny, notably, is just rotating to where the towers are down, just trying to take as free a farm as he can. Selected for Maelstrom rather than Battle Fury, which is not too uncommon right now.
Probably looking for something mid lane. Spearheaded by Dusty here. Just trying to find a
Baladec
straggler in the
is
jungle.
looking dead.
Yeah. Eventually they just go on the sniper.
Team was not in the right spot for that. Everyone's just kind of walking away from him,
Arena?
and now they all die, actually.
Oh, the arena stun.
Yeah, that's a great example of a comm line breakdown there. Like, his team just wandered off top for no really good reason, and because they did,
Omni
they
on
just
Hills.
ended up eating it. Omni coming out here. Now Razor actually
no.
is the one in a pretty nasty spot. Just too far to do anything in this specific fight.
Yeah, Jug kind of looked poised to kill everyone there, so I agree with this disengage.
Yep. This is Mask of Madness out.
Is under attack.
Certainly what just happened in that fight cannot keep happening for the Baladec team. Like, we cannot, if you're Baladec, you cannot have fights where, like, Sniper is just, like, everybody just walks away from Sniper for no reason, he just goes down. Mangolier gonna look to get himself a nice support here.
Yeah.
There's enough in the
Probably will.
neighborhood that's gonna happen. At the very least, he personally doesn't get the kill. Warcarp so far this game has just been straight up a punching bag. It feels like any time he pokes his head out, he just dies. US Danny just
Oh,
walked,
he's dead.
yeah, just walked right in front of everybody.
That's
That was not
really
a good
bad.
idea.
That's really
Yeah.
bad for the Baladec team.
Yeah, that is disastrous. They are, I mean, it's funny. We're seeing I think an inverse of the first game here, sort of play wise. Just the Baladec team, every time that their cores poke their faces out, they're just going down. But on the other hand, the Princess lineup is struggling to actually win the team fights.
Right.
And like in last game, the notable thing is as well that it's not like the J-Brones going down. It's like every time you get a pick, it's like the 1 or the 2.
Or DP, yeah.
Yeah.
We're looking to move on this bottom T2. Or they're gonna move on the sniper. Or Blue Jay. Spoiled for choice. Oh
But here
god, the
comes
Omni.
a big Omni.
Oh, stun.
Phoenix has to sun, but it just buys him a couple more seconds. Down goes to Kiro. And as predicted, the EXO is up. Pango has to just get the hell out. Warcarp finally gets a little bit of revenge as he officially gets the kill on Razor at the side of the fight.
Yeah, if Danny doesn't die instantly, he just wins these fights for these
Yeah.
guys single-handedly.
Danny just has to not randomly...
Not single-handedly, I
Yeah.
suppose.
Danny just has to not randomly walk out and die. Taking a look at Roche here now. Likely not going to be a long one. Danny with the DD and the Ogre buff is just shredding Roche here.
Yep.
Chantress has got a solar crest as well. Danny
And
gets
they
Aegis.
instantly smoke out.
Instantly smoke out. Dusty is in the line of fire here.
Yeah, he is. Oh, okay. Gets the blink out.
Yeah, Sniper definitely should have opened up with right clicks here rather than trying to assassinate. Now
And
everybody's
we have
coming in
Princess.
behind them. The entire Princess
Oh
team.
no, Baladec. Baladec's in kind of a hairy spot right now.
Yeah, he's looking super dead. Well, he
Oh,
wasn't looking
gets the
super
Rena.
dead already.
Jug wasn't committed to that smoke move they tried to do.
Agreed. Picked up the Aegis and just kind of went to farm. I can understand it. You know, Omni Slash not available, but the team probably needed to be a little more coordinated around it, and recognized they were gonna wait.
I think they just got really greedy on that pick on Mars, and it really cost them. If they had actually gotten Mars, I don't know if the counterattack by Princess works out very well, but because Mars just got to blink there.
Top tower is under attack.
True.
Pango's silenced.
Radiant's top tower is under attack.
Top T1 going to get sieged down here.
Baladec.
Coming in.
Radiant's top tower is
But this roll is over. Angolier just gets wiped out the face of the planet. Ogre, Magi,
Yeah.
and Kime. That's
Dire's
fair trade, I think.
Yeah, he gets the spin away.
Yep. Chantress going to keep this push of bot going up to the T2.
Dire's bottom tower is under attack.
Everyone
Only now,
disengages.
yep. Only now is somebody showing up to do something about it.
There's Princess.
Dire's bottom tower is under
Princess, of course, cannot do anything to stop the TP.
Steal all the damage he can and then push the wave out.
Meanwhile, Baladec's team just goes back to farming. Notably, the net worth has never been that disparative in this game. This point is less than 1k advantage. Literally a like 40 gold advantage right now. It's changing hands. You can see that flipping back and forth a few times.
Gotcha.
Okay. Julie's making a play in the triangle.
Yep. Oh, he tries
he
to
gets
spin
silenced.
there, gets silenced. Good silence there, but Marv's getting the jump on Baladec, but nobody's around to do anything about it.
Yeah, he missed
Reina's-
his spear as well.
Reyna just gets nothing accomplished. Now, a 12-year-old boy is going to go down. Just eaten by the Healy's ult in the back line, but
Odd little encounter that was.
yeah. Only the threes for both sides go down.
Radiant's bottom tower.
Danny wants
is
blood.
Danny is not going to be sated until he gets a kill there, and kill he gets.
To die by hand.
Notably, Razor tried to push out bot there, but he actually had to turn around before he got any damage out on the tower. Not Danny, Princess tried to get a push out on bot Razor.
Yep.
I'll say this, I think the longer this game goes, the more it favors the Baladec lineup.
Agreed.
Like, the man himself, once the man himself gets sufficiently scary, it's going to take a hell of a lot to do something about him. I don't think Razor outscales any of these people and needs to pause one. Maybe DP a little bit, but that's it. Very awkward position. Baladec's lineup in a very awkward spot here.
Oh,
Again, US Danny!
Danny! Find an Omni.
Yeah, US Danny just getting the Omni out
Danny
immediately.
is linked. So he has to leave this fight.
It's not gonna matter though. The only guy who's here to do something about him is Princess.
And Princess
Okay.
is gonna kill him. He gets the Aegis. It's really...
That's all they get, and they lose 3 for it.
Yeah.
And here comes Exo, so it could be 4.
they're
Definitely
lose
gonna be
four,
4.
yeah.
4 for Aegis is not a great trade, especially when this is probably the strongest you're going to be at any point during the game, really. Poor Pango, he's just been completely written out of this game, it feels like. Like, every time he tries to do
he
anything in
has
these
a big
fights.
target on his back from Drug.
Dire's
He tries to do anything in these fights. He either just is fighting into the Exo or fighting into an Omni. There's just not something you want to do either way.
Danny pretty low, but
Yeah, it doesn't really matter here, because
Yeah.
Healy's is way lower.
Dire's
Baladec
middle
is now
tower
online.
under attack.
Yep.
Dire's middle tower has fallen. Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
Heal us.
They're really not scared without the Razor ult or the Pango ult.
Is under attack.
Yeah, they have two sources of fuel constantly on them.
This is good. Danny actually just using Q to just push there. Forces a glyph, then they get back.
Yep.
Once again,
Princess.
Razor going bot. Try and split up. But...
Avoid what looked like could have been disaster there.
Randy, you're a doctor, right?
Yeah.
If you're PMA this game, what's the prognosis? What do we do?
I don't know. I think you ban Death Prophet. Or pick Death Prophet. I don't know. I guess they couldn't have picked it because it was first pick, but
Right.
if you're not confident that you'll be able to pick it, ban it, he loses dead.
Yep. Once again, 2 lies in a row where legitimately Healy's just in front of Sniper and then he dies. And that's
Maybe
his
they
life.
wanted to pick it again and that's why they didn't ban it, but
Likely, yeah.
the Baladec first pick DP kind of decided this one, I believe. Although the drug is also a big part of it.
Yeah, the Jug was a really
They really
good
have
one pick.
they have no answer.
Jug's a really good one pick, and it has not been failing them yet.
Dire's bottom tower has fallen.
Dismal Blade coming out on Jug.
They have a smoke.
Mindbreaker. Roche potentially up in the next 20 seconds.
Princess walking into triangle.
Half decent chance that if the Baladec lineup, if EDNH gets next Aegis, I think they can just win. Oh, Princess is not going to let that possibility even exist.
Oh,
Here comes
God,
the
Yami!
Exo. Razor and Mars both down in an instant. Healy's is here, but buddy, he's
That's
gonna wish he was home in a second flat.
That is a back-breaking Omni.
Exorcism eats to cure on the back line. They're still well enough for the T3 here.
Yeah, it's looking over.
Dire's middle tower has fallen. Dire's middle barracks are under attack.
I don't know if this team. This is once again, fully enough, exact same situation. I don't know if this team can survive in a world where they don't have this rags. Like, pretty much just looking at next major team fight just decides the game.
I think this up tilt could decide the game if they decide to try to defend it once this Razor spawns.
Dire's bottom barracks.
2 sets of rags is certainly going to be backbreaking.
Dire's bottom barracks has fallen.
You're going to take the support club out for it, but man, at this point, that is hardly adequate compensation. And they waste so much time doing it. Like, Ogre's going to get, like, all the way down this lane before Pango finally gets the kill on him.
Yeah.
I like how he turns around and clubs him one last time for good measure. Pango is in such a bad spot, he's having to get Ghost Scepter. So now.
It's just not fair.
And the sad thing is for him is that he's still not going to really do that much for him, I don't feel like.
He needs Yules this game, right?
Heals? Yeah, probably.
The Omni?
I mean, he's getting that for the Omni. He wants to keep his ult going
Yeah.
while
Yeah.
that's happening. And it might work, but it doesn't work more than one time, and it still kind of is incumbent on everything going well for you in advance. I mean, the biggest problem the last couple of fights, he hasn't even been able to, like, ult. Like, he just gets in the same zip code as Sniper, just dies, so. Roche up in 20 seconds. Everybody's really looking hard at it right now.
Hovering around the pit, yeah.
Amazing what you'll find laying around.
Amazing what you find laying around.
Batman smoke that will connect with Blue Jay.
Yep. Maybe one of the worst guys to possibly find in smoke in the game. It just takes an hour. And here comes the EXO
Oh
behind.
my god, he's not dead. But Razor is, he's on you.
Yep. Razor's Chug is godlike. Chug is beyond godlike.
Oh my lord.
Not a 12-year-old boy charging valiantly into the jungle here.
Dire's courier has
EXO
been
going out. Everybody has to just retreat or die.
Nice.
Oh my
The
god.
courier killed by exorcism drink.
I think that's it. I think they just kind of win now.
Yeah.
Yeah, definitely.
Razor buyback.
Nobody actually wants to tangle with that, it seems.
Yeah.
There's an obvious move
Probably,
here. Let's
probably
go to
just did
Roche.
this. Did this to force Razor buyback and then swing Roshan.
Yep, looks like that's exactly what they're doing. Sniper charging right into the pit. They're going right under vision, but I don't know if that matters much.
Yeah, it'll die too fast.
They're not even making an effort to come out, it looks like. Well, they are moving this way.
It'll be dead before they get there.
Yep.
Roshan has fallen to the Radiant.
Jug does not want Aegis.
Gives it to Baladec.
He just takes the Shard, which I mentioned
bit of a
before.
Oh, the arena miss!
Gets the arena miss, and all it was going to get anyway was Blue Jay! Ely's dead again, did not even get to use his new Ghost Scepter. Razor links out on the Enchantress, and then just TP's away.
Exits this fight.
I like Enchantress TPing under the link, and then Razor TPing afterwards. Something very funny about that.
Dire's top tower is under attack.
Danny can't actually beat the backdoor here. I'm going to get Megas. The Sage, it's not a bad plan.
Yeah,
The
my
Sniper
forces
Aegis
agree
has
with
to be so demoralizing too. Like,
Dire's top tower is under attack.
Sniper was
Right,
the one core they've been able to kill in these last fights, and now that's not really an option anymore.
Yeah,
5 seconds to EXO, and
it's a very bad 65.
Healy's not sure what that was.
Yeah, that was pretty wild.
Yep. EXO coming? Yep, here it is.
He's gonna get Abyssal during his ult and die.
Yep. Boom, make that 6v4. They're gonna
Okay,
get
Razor's causing some
12-year-old.
pain, but he's getting a lot more pain caused upon him.
Yep. Arena coming out on the Jug.
Okay, that's good.
He is silenced. He was actually
got him.
silenced from Mask and they killed him.
Dire's top barracks.
That's a start.
So, a lot of gold there.
Yeah. If you can avoid losing this last Rex, but I don't know, Sniper has Aegis. Might
Yeah.
still be bad.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's still
Yeah,
bad.
Princess is just gonna die here. Without even having the opportunity to take Sniper's second life. Calls the
And there
GG
you go.
and that's it.
Dire's top
Hey
barracks
Randy,
is under attack.
before the matches, what was my prediction again?
Was it 1-1? I don't remember.
Yeah, you were like, guy who wins game 1, wins series, and I said 1-1. And I was right, baby! Yeah!
True. Because they let this filthy lineup through.
Yeah. I think this is a season first so far for EDNH. They had the better draft, I think.
And
Finally,
they won, which is also
Yeah.
season first.
finally, after so many games of being outdrafted, they finally brought one out of the woodworks that really worked out for them well. And I think there's your living proof, I think, that the lineup wasn't the issue, because I think everyone played their roles really well in this game. Like, US Danny farmed up early, got everything he needed, showed right when he needed to, and was just really scary the moment he needed to. Baladec took a few early spells he probably shouldn't have, but basically it was just the guy playing back up there for US Danny, just being the secondary source of damage in the bigger fights. Not a 12-year-old boy coming in with the ghost, just being the big walking ult, tanking up. Tell everyone to ban Ogre, please.
Alright.
Not a 12-year-old boy coming out there, just wasting so much time, it felt like, in every fight, you know. The one thing I will say about not a 12-year-old boy, just needs to be a bit more assertive with that farm. I mean, not a 12-year-old boy is coming in lower than Enchantress net worth-wise this game, which isn't great. If not a 12-year-old can get a little bit more assertive taking that gold and learn how to extend the line of credit, as I say, which is, you know, taking those riskier objectives that only your, like, 3 can take realistically. Like I said, can definitely be really big. You definitely saw a lot of good instincts in those team fights in these matchups. I think it was probably star performance from this lineup so far. Star performance for 12-year-old in particular over these 2 games. I think she had a lot to do with the successes had in the first game and a lot to do with the success in the second game. Just good lineup, executed well. I think they finally pulled that one out. I think PMA, funnily enough, this time they're the ones that had the draft issues. I think their lineup just wasn't great. Picking the Pango into Sniper and Death Prophet in particular, and the Jug too. Like, you know, the Jug was a one-person Pango, at least hypothetically, could have had a decent game against, but then it's just like every time Pango ults, Jug just ults him, and just Tango dies instantly. He went 4 and 10 this game.
Yep.
9 A's, that's great, sure, but I wonder how many of those A's just came from, like, 1 bit of damage with Swashbuckle, 1, like, hit from the Pango ult before he goes down, you know, that sort of situation, because it really just did not feel like he had any realistic impact this game. You had actually had a change up on the lineup here as well. The Dusty ended up going Mars rather than the Moon River. And
Yep.
on one hand, it looks like Mars had like a way worse performance in this game, but on the other hand, you know, you got to keep the situation in mind of,
Yeah, what can you do?
this is a way worse Mars game. Like, this is a million times worse for Mars than the last game was. Like, when that Juggernaut came out, that was the end of his life. Like, already being picked against the DP wasn't great, but like Mars versus Jug is really legendarily bad matchup for Mars, I think. What's your take on this, Greg? What's your take on this whole line of affairs?
Well, so the Pango performance was pretty underwhelming. You guys are talking about that. I don't really think that the matchup should be quite so bad. I think that he kind of just needed to farm better in the early and mid game. Like by 20 minutes, he was just way too far behind where he should have been. I kind of expect the hero in that game to get something like Diffusal and potentially Blink Dagger into Ags, and then just kind of go into the fight and use what's the W called? I can't remember.
The Shield Crash.
Crush, I believe.
Shield Crash.
Yeah,
Yeah,
the
exactly.
problem is that's actually exactly what he did. He went diff into Blink Dagger, and he blinked into fights. He Shield Crash, and then he got Omni Slash and died instantly.
Oh yeah, but he didn't have the Ags, and he was
Right.
pretty far behind on the overall like amount of farm necessary.
I don't know, to be honest with you, I don't know if Eggs even really changes it, because even if that doesn't happen, it's still like, you still got the EXO, and the Pango into EXO issue here. Like I said, we saw that last week with the co-op circles. That is just like, that is such nasty business. It happened one time in this game, but it's like the last thing you ever want to see as Pango. There is nothing you can do about it. If DP is ulting around you, you cannot exist there as Pango at all. Which means one button's all it takes to knock you out of a fight. And again, it happened one time here, but like, even if the Eggs comes out, I just don't think he can live in this game, basically. I don't know. Who do you pick in this situation? I don't know. I think they were already just kind of too far gone when they had so much built around that Mars arena, and then you have Jug, who doesn't care, DP, who doesn't care, and Sniper, who's, you know, great if you can actually get him in an arena, but that is way easier said than done.
Yeah.
Well, as we always say, if you or somebody you know wants to learn Dota 2 on a casual or competitive level, go to ld2l.ghe to sign up. It's too late to join Season 13, obviously, but you can sign up as a stand-in. We're looking for plenty of stand-ins. We had 2 stand-ins today. Just don't be a smurf when you do it, or else you're going to get kicked in the teeth.
Yeah, bye Buttery Greg.
Yeah, by Buttery Greg, who is the self-appointed, because he owns this league, Smurf Annihilator.
Sometimes we bring Claire in to help out. He's pretty good at it too.
Yep.
Very violent.
There's a lot of just casual queues going on right now. A lot of people are just hanging out in there. A lot of Dota happening. If you're a Dota player, if you're in this MMR bracket, not many better places you can be. Spring of 2022, I think. So, ld2l.gg. Today's sponsor. Randy, I believe you were talking before the cast about a sponsor we had.
Yeah, it's still Flashpoint actually.
It's still Flashpoint? All right.
Yeah.
See, folks, we are very dedicated to the idea of preserving those old Flash games. I mean, there were so many out there, right? And I mean, it looked really bad for like a few months there because, you know, this whole Flashpoint idea, I don't think it was really that well explained to the public, and like, I don't think many people were convinced that it wasn't sort of vaporware for a while there, right? But they actually did pull through. They brought that Flashpoint out, and now both your Flash games and your actual animations as well. So if you're like a big Newgrounds head from back in the day, you got that as well. Flash games and animations, all in one very convenient spot. They have a very clever system on Flashpoint for a couple of ways, because one, they have this system where rather than downloading this giant mass of like every Flash thing in existence, you like pick individual games or animations and you download them temporarily, you play them however long you want, and eventually you just get rid of them, right? So it keeps what could have been a gigantic file size pretty small. Of course, you also, if you yourself have any actual like copies of Flash games, for example, you can actually get those uploaded through a process. I believe that's handled by their Discord, and yeah, helps preserve a lot of internet history. I mean, if you
Very good. I
you
wish
really
we
think
were
about
actually sponsored by them.
yeah, really a lot of internet history is getting. Who is a 12-year-old? Asks Saller. I don't know. Is that Greg, maybe? Greg, I think Howler just called you 12. Is it time for him to get banned again?
Uh-oh. I'll have to chase him down and fight him again.
I thought Howler was supposed to be parentheses reformed.
Color reformed, yeah.
Yes.
So the oh no! People are asking for spoilers in chat.
Nice. First, stop paying attention to chat.
Yeah, I'm just hopping out of that. Yeah, Flashpoint, it's good stuff. Hold on, I actually have a browser window open now. So I can literally just Google it. Oh, it's Blue. Is it Blue Maxima Flashpoint?
I don't know, dude. I should probably know more about our
Yeah.
fake sponsor, but
Okay, bluemaxima.org/flashpoint. There you go. Buttery Greg, what's your favorite Flash game?
It's gotta be... What was it called? Was it Candy Stand Mini Golf?
Candy Stand
Like
Mini Golf.
20 years
Yeah,
ago.
Candy Stand, that might be Shockwave actually, but it has a lot of Shockwave games too, so there you go. Candy Stand, man, they had a lot of Flash games. That I actually completely forgot about that site until you mentioned that just now. Wow. Well, yeah. bluemaxima.org/flashpoint, and we'll see you next time.